My name is Wolf Brazier. I was born near the Royal Marines Training Centre in Devon, England. I've had to endure a tough life in the urban jungle as an administrative assistant. I've crossed the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco. I've escaped from Epcot Center in Orlando. And I've been to the top of Chicago's Sears Tower. Twice. The city can be quite treacherous, but I'm going to show you the skills needed to survive. Today, I'm at Navy Pier in Chicago. Each year, over 5 million people visit this destination. Half are taken against their will by family and friends. Approximately $1,520,327.53 is spent there each year on knickknacks, rubbish, and poppycock. The pier may look beautiful, but it can be quite deadly on your wallet, health, and sanity. I'm going to be dropped off at the far end of Navy Pier, and I'll have to make my way through the obstacles and out the other side to freedom.
What is that? Alright, we're at the end of the pier here. As you can see, it's a long way to go to get to the other end. The entrance of the pier is probably about 500 to 600 yards that way. It's a long way to go, so let's get started. Gotta get out of this wind zone, get to somewhere safer. Maybe indoors. I'll risk the tourist traps, because there's some random stuff in here and you don't want to get pulled into it. It's a real wallet drainer. What is this? A store full of keychains.
Finding sustenance is a priority. If you're desperate, you can always steal people's scraps. But the best way to find sustenance is to buy it.
Chicago-style hot dog loaded with peppers, tomatoes, a pickle, and mustard, but not ketchup. In fact, if the locals catch you putting ketchup on a Chicago-style hot dog, they'll probably cut your tongue out. I'm just gonna go right into this big bad boy here. A lot of things going on in my mouth. The good thing about hot dogs is they're packed full of protein. Pound for pound, hot dogs have more protein than a live coyote. I'm not a big fan of relish. All right. One of the best things you can do when you're in a new area and you don't know which way to go is to get high and get a good vantage point. That right there is a hot air balloon. That's going to be the best bet to get up high and see where you need to go. So that's where we're going to head right now. The operator says conditions are too windy to fly today, so we're going to go to the next highest point, the Ferris wheel. Oh, one of the worst things trying to navigate through one of these lines. If you're not in the line, it's one of the hardest things to get around it. And if you are in the line, the best of luck to you, because you could be waiting for hours. At Navy Pier, you're gonna find young, old, and skanky alike. There's some real skanktastic people that hang out at the pier. Not only is this gonna give us a great vantage point to see where we are in the city, it's also gonna give us some great memories that'll last a lifetime. It's great. You're right in the middle of the pier here. So you can see if we keep going that way, we get to the edge of the pier. We keep going that way, we get to the IMAX, the atrium, the conservatory, and the entrance of the pier.
I'm only halfway there, but this view of the city is a real morale boost.
We're coming up on the bottom now. This is one of the most exciting parts. They're gonna open up these doors, and then it's up to us to jump out quickly, not get caught underneath the cab.
Just follow this down when they step out.
Here we go. Conveniently, they've set up a cemetery right next to the Ferris wheel for those poor souls who didn't abide by the rules. Now, the good thing about a cemetery right here is that the impact will do half the work for them. Oh, I've gotten in some sort of twist here. I've got to get out of it. You might be tempted to go and get a frosty brew from this ale house or one of the many places that serves beer along the pier here. My advice is not to, because that's going to do only one thing, and that's dehydrate you. And if there's one thing you want to do, it's not be dehydrated.
I've made it to the end of the pier and to freedom. It's been a grueling journey, windy, often disappointing. But if I've learnt one thing, then it's this. Navy Pier may look enticing and be the perfect place for a holiday, but it can be treacherous, and it demands the utmost respect.
What is that?